And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Teha, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that he has, and we thank him for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago and I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Villondina to General Aldin personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castromorians before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? Seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryl and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the... Oh, what was it pronounced? They had a very special way of pronouncing it, and I think it's Hyrugians, but nevertheless we should go and ask them. They definitely had a different pronunciation of the word than I expected it. So, yeah. What have you guys been doing? Been seeing them standing there all the time. Is Artemis? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight for Alamigo, for my father, for Yida, a minute to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate this or slaughter us all. Van Baelzar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we will have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the self-same cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Louis Sois and the Circle of Knowing, salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Teha, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmund, the man who slew Gaius von Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. To be frank, Alfie, this ain't my fight, but I'll do what I must. Like, I'm gonna call him Alfie after all this time. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Minago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Teha, should you wish to give your decision further consideration? Castromorians would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Monago to wait a little longer. To be accompanying us. Full glad I am to hear it. All set? Excellent. Let's be off. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. Wait, I don't know why I gave her that voice. Greetings, General. I come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I'd rather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Villodina. Capture Villodina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Villodina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I will know this one's. If there's no exception, General, might the Scions join Marshal Terrapin? Wait, I'm a general? By all means, if that is all, let's be about it. I'm a general? Since when? That's fucking when? She was making eye contact with me and said general, referred to me as general, or was she referring to Roban as general and just looked at me? Because that would make a lot more sense. But then again, I've killed gods, so many of them. Conrad and General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Whoops. We should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how we would like to proceed. There it is. Finally. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of Villodina. Where are we off to, Pip? I love saying that. I love unironically referring to someone, even if it's just a character in a game, as Pip or Pippin. Like, that makes me feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. I gotta reposition myself. Sometimes, you ever sometimes get really comfortable, or you get uncomfortable in a position, so you decide to just put your feet right under your butt? I've been doing that for such a long time, but it feels great while you're sitting, but then your feet hurt and you gotta like switch positions, so hang on. Alright, I switch feet. Alright, so is this even possible, or is this a waterfall I don't want to be at? Also, we're near. I gotta keep remembering to do that, you know? I have not found a single one in this land. Down there. If we were to go around, could we do that? Yeah. Cool. Oh, there it is. There's a little tunnel down here as well. So that is where? Right there. And it is exactly the same amount. Except for Aziz's Law, and we already know why, so. Cool. At least get started to work on that so we can get flying at some point. Oh, this looks so serene. What is this? Little bit of water. Oh, I want to know what this looks like during the night. Look at this. The reflections on the rocks. This is beautiful. This actually reminds me of a couple of nooks and crannies in the original... that you would see in the original Shadow of the Colossus. It looks like we're gonna fight. By the look of that glow. Even should they be unaware of our plans, I would be surprised if their western defenses were not heavily fortified, given the presence of allied forces at the wall. Oh, I thought it was talking to Pip. Whoops. Thought to be close enough, now settle for the long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready, in the event of passing patrol stumbles upon us or worse. What the fuck? This early? Upon reconnoitering Castellum Velodina, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Dude, we just started the expansion. What do you mean? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. I thought that notification happens at the end of expansions, not at the beginning.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Relga's Reach.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
That's not good. Oh yeah, that's right. She had spoken of a plan. This must have been the plan she was talking about. But we like in the cutscene you never hear it.
you!
She's a traitor, right?
Traitor!
Yeah.
Kingslayer!
Because even the soldiers in her ranks were like, you know what, you're scum or whatever. I don't remember what they said. They
You're
were
no kin of mine.
kind of shit talking her. I'm not surprised. If she died there, that'd be a waste of a character, to be honest.
Meffred! He'll take you!
We've seen this guy before, right?
Well, well.
Maybe.
Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
No, she is not.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells! It's him! It's Xenos!
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited, and yet so empty. Ah, a magical barrier. Alas, it will not save you.
You just got a third eye.
Your shoulder!
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
There's no way she's dead. I refuse that. 100% refuse that. Also, where's Cryel? Oh, there she is.
Cryel!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught. Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern. If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
So I'm guessing they took Lise and Yastola as prisoners then. That's what I choose to believe. Oh, we're finally fighting them. Oh wow, the thing is still going off. Like, I thought it was like over and they left, but they're still here.
It's all over now.
Are we meant to go or are we meant to stay? Like, what's happening? Yeah, keep moving, keep moving.
For the glory of the flames!
Who said that? Or is it this guy? Who's like, oh, they're deeper inside. Go get them. You know what, actually? I need to get rid of the casters first. That's the one thing in RPGs and MMOs that I always forget to do. It's like, you should probably get rid of the healers first, or, you know what I mean? Like, whether they heal or cast magic to attack you, it's like, get rid of them first. If you're, especially if you're a melee, you're gonna do some damage. Seems like we did it, but also cutscenes.
What took you so long? Alpha, no, I need your help. My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
Oh, so we can heal our comrades, but not certain others. Okay.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
As one!
Be gone! Give me something to remember. Yeah. Don't stop now. Yeah.
How did I survive that? I completely brain farted on the fact that the AoEs were like on top of each other. Okay, and you're gonna do your shockwave. Okay, so the further away I am from you when you do that attack, the better off I am. I have no idea how to technically defeat you. Damn, dude. He's definitely a trial or a raid boss or something. Maybe it's just a dungeon boss, I don't know. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that was the game. Guess next stream I'm playing Nier.
Pathetic.
Pathetic. Go breathe normally for once. No, there he is.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
All right, lad.
No, actually, I'm not doing alright at all.
Aye, I do not doubt it.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on!
Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work.
Alright. I don't know how to heal. I actually don't. I have one healing power and it's not... technically not... It's basically just for me. But I can use it on other people occasionally.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Well,
Master
at
Kemp
least
too
she'll
would
live.
be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Yes.
Of course.
I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Uh-huh. If the other guy lived, I'm surprised, because he looked like he was just, like, that was it for him. I mean, I saw the slice, and his eyes rolled back, and then that was it. He's with Heidelin, but maybe not. Do well, Teja. You save lives no matter what happens. Remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. See to the wounded, Teja. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Of all the minions to randomize summon, sure, why not? Surprisingly, my armor's repaired. Or it never took a hit. Despite the fact that I was defeated. Mefrid. Do we know who Mefrid was? Oh, he is actually dead. That man actually passed away from a knife. Or sword. Actually, it was a scimitar, wasn't it? Mefrid lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. It was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. Best take it to Conrad. Minago, Mefrid, where are you? Well, Mefrid, unfortunately. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefrid was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 moms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, but that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men to Inquiry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him? For him and not the cause, I see. Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be a leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best. As he did. Mefrid will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him is all. Shame. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total. A humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. We cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alpha Note said, it's those who survive whom we must think of now. Raglar's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castromorians will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that we might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you're free to search the barber and take that which you require, but not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. I like the colors of the bottles. Look at that. So, like, shiny glass looking. Right. Take what we need and get going. Sir, Marshal Towerpoon said you might have something for me. Got 3 bottles of this. To all be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Yustola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry. I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be the one in the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish, then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. The Castromorians. Change your stance, mate. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Much better. Yeah. Saved a good many of my men. Cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault in Castellum Villadina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all in Castromorians. Understood. We'll go and speak with General Alden. The hell kind of mount is that? Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We've completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightaways to Specula and Praetorius after quitting this place. It would seem he lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave them to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castromorians. We can discuss the path forward there. Kryal is with Yustola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryal says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. Lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen, when the Skull's commander cut down Mefrid. Single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it, it was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general is waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for? Nargo? What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Just do like a 24-man raid. That should do it. We take the fight to Doma. What will they say to that?
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
I just want a rematch. That's really what I want. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple the provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves, and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Okay. I hope so. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. My grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Orthard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I'm one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather Tataru is. But before we can discuss that, there's another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should probably remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alphino, if it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arenvald and the others? Yes, Alphanode, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Teha, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lominsa. Oh, my favorite place. How'd you know? How'd you know? Tataru should be here any moment with a ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlwyb lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel in such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves. To say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. Then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvallian of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister for her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the highest houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. Why did the sus music kick in when this guy arrived? and content on securing passage to the far east, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from gods-fearing merchants out of on the high seas. Whatever oh wait, was that was that her? Whatever privateering of the Kraken's arms may or may not engage is in strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profit, yar. He should just say yar at the end of each sentence, like a Kupo. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has to come to grief out here in the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to the Ausdurendir vanished at sea. Even now, 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Yeah, she knows. So that's who he is. That's who he is. Ha 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 ha. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you're prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I'm willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kogani and Hingashi. It will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready your departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Curtsy. Oh, fucking whatever, dude. As long as we get to Doma. Suddenly, all those hours of Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Cavalier squirm. Gee, I wonder why. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they are ready the vessel for our departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urion J on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak to him. What of Teha and Lise? I'd like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Teha. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you hereafter. Got it? Got it. Good? Good. Everybody shut up! What the hell did I just see to the right of my eye? All I saw was like 2-3 pairs of asses turning. Like bare ass, like whole bare ass, but 3 of them. What the hell? And I couldn't see shit, like there was champagne flowing all over the place, so quite the party, clearly. Greetings, Teha. What brings you to the toll this day? What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under the tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity, the Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our lord's banners we gathered, and fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Yeah, like they've talked about Doman, or Doma, since fuck, like ARR, really. As far back as I can remember, like playing the post-comp content of Realm Reborn, we've talked about Doma, and we're actually gonna go there soon. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with great joy, with such joy. I'll forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagai? I'm gonna say Nagai. We of the Nagai clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage, and the seat of dear Lord Kayan, has become a den for Garlean dogs. Yikes. Alright, who else am I talking to? You truly planning to... Oh yeah, it's the old guy. You truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came, 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Thanks guys, I'm leaving depressed now. Appreciate it. Okay, there's... Yeah, these were the asses I was seeing before. As I'm like just opening the door, I see that at the corner of my eye. Ah, there you are. Anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke to tried to teach me all about the Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially as guardians, but anyway. Did you know that they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Huh? Wow. What you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, I suppose. Of course. I hope they do. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Lim Solominsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. You returned, Teha. Trust you learned much from our Doman friends and Revenant Stoll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We have enough time to talk on our journey to Kogain. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we're ready to depart. All set, lad. I'll see you to the ship if so. Board the misery. Don't mind if I do.
XII be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Sup, Urianger?
Urianger? Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import.
Oh?
Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Yes.
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
The hell is this?
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Interesting. How did you get it?
It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
Oh, I will absolutely do that voice. I will absolutely do that one. I was doing a Pirates of the Caribbean type deal, but never mind. How did Urianger make that? Did he make that himself, or he just had someone else?
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
I bow to you. Tartaru. And off we are. Somewhere new, actually.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still. and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Is an actual kraken? Cause I'll fight an octopus. Show me that. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines and you've hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Alphino, shut up. Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women, said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort, perhaps a siren of some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader, employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. Alphino, stop pissing your pants and relax. We've done far worse in a situation. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, Lisa and I will remain with the ship to defend it in case of attack. Teja, I believe you would be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of the troubles. I clench my fist. I am ready to fight. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rule the day it reels us in. I just had a thought. What if that is actually my character's voice? Just shrill and high pitched with a lot of rolling R's. I don't know how I feel about that. The Siren Song C now accessible. We are doing a trial? Trial, right? Let's see. No, it's a dungeon. Yeah, horseshit, Alphino. He's scared. He was terrified of ghost stories as a child. Some things never change. Let's see what's up with this. Siren Song C, question marks all over. Very interesting enemies. I forget, is this a dungeon or is this a... This is a dungeon. I only see 4 people. for going in. That one Banshee's really not willing to take my enmity. It's weird. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hang on. Sorry. It's probably as loud as my voice. What is that in the background? It's like a one of the UFOs from like War of the Worlds or something. Of the scenery, there's the clouds. Seems to be focusing on Marisso over there. They seem to care what I'm doing. I don't know why, this looks like a really cool ghost. Like, Ghost of Christmas Past or something, you know? I dig the aesthetic of it. In fact, if there was a glamour of that whole thing... Oh god. If there was a whole, like, glamour of me hiding my face behind, like, a yellow glow or whatever, I'd love that. Give me that one. Interesting. Alright. Let me get comfortable. Let me try to figure out what to do right here. It is my first time. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Okay, no one else is standing. Oh, I got forced into that. Okay. Oh, the music though. Holy shit. Oh, this is in the music in the cinematic, yeah. Badass. Okay, seems like everyone else is getting feared or something. Forced march is I think what that is. GG. That was, I mean, it wasn't a hard dungeon, but kept me on my toes a little bit. Sorry for my voice. I've been battling a dry cough over the past week. So, if my voice breaks, you know why. So now, cutscene.
Thank the 12.
Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugana.
So it's Kugane. That looks beautiful. Look at it.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma.
From Doma, okay. Even the Aetheryte crystal looks a little different.
All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. No problem. So, what was that? A major patch or... Couldn't have been a patch, it's still base game. Survivor of the Song. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. God damn, dude. Look at this. Like, we happened to get here in the evening, where all the lights and everything make it look like some old-fashioned Tokyo type deal. I don't even know if that's accurate because I've never been to Tokyo, but it looks beautiful. Moon's out. Though glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma's our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvaline, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Orthard, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there's a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. Cannot be first travelers seeking passage to Doma. Oh, so we're still going to Doma. We haven't got there yet. Captain makes a good point. It is like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the selfsame reasons we were. They must have found a way to Orthard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alpha Note. Making friendly inquiries is my speciality. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Boy, dude. She will never let us hear the end of that. Ishgard is basically where she went from falafel to lalafel. Captain Carvalian, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find that one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or about to begin, the Shiokaze hostelry is the ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. A spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination, solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain. And may the Navigator ever watch over and keep you. See ya. Right then, to the hostelry? I think it's hostelry. I think it's a hostel. So it's pronounced hostelry, I think. After you. I'm not gonna go too strong on the accents for now. I know my voice is gonna die if I try it. I'll try a little bit though.
Certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh? What would that be?
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady.
Oh, right, because it's a tavern. She likes to talk to people.
The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
Hmm.
And
Who are you?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
This is gonna sound really ironic coming from me, since my alt has those glasses, but I don't trust this dude.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
Uh-huh.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
The latter.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing.
Tataru in the background like, this motherfucker.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
This voice rings a bell. And I think I heard a much less chipper tone than in this game. But if anyone's ever seen the show Chernobyl, there's a character in that. It's very sly, but sounds a bit more gruff in the show. Also, what is that turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looking dude guarding the people? Never seen that kind of creature.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
I don't know about that. Not like we really have a choice, but still. Alright. Is that a 9S? I don't know near characters, but I know that that's a character in those games. Which, by the way, there's a sale today that happened, and I got both. So I got Nier Automata and Replicant. So I'm looking forward to streaming that as soon as possible. Like, I would really love to do it as soon as December starts. Like, spend my time with Endwalker when that comes out for a few weeks, and then dive into that, put that away for a bit, or maybe alternate and go back and forth between 14 and Nier. It depends on how I feel about Nier, because I only know of one general mechanic in those games, or at least in Automata. There's some bullet hell type stuff, and yeah, it seems like a fun group of games, but we'll see. I'm hyped to actually try it more than anything. You must be Teha Strife, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants. Alright, you listen to me. Where have you heard these rumors? If some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed, I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, good sir. I just know you and I are going to be getting along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way. If you'll be so good as to follow me. Someday I want to have the power to disappear after a quest starts. Oh, I remember what that is. Oh, but I can't get it up there, can I? Mount unavailable at this location. Okay, so somehow I'm gonna be able to... Yeah, someone's already up there. That is a... If I can find the right hotkeys... Sightseeing. Oh god. I've not done well. Don't worry about it. But that's a spot. That tells you that's a sightseeing spot to... I think the command is look out. Yeah. And basically you just do the emote, it counts for the sightseeing log and all that. Everyone, if I could have your attention please. You are now standing in Tenkonto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the aetheryte that stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlayan, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar. will wonders never cease? Far East and Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Oni Shishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Attune, if you like. Or touch. Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me touch. Wait, I've seen that one before. Wind Up Alpha. Yeah. I remember seeing that in the trailer or something. In the video. No. Okay. I'll just get the materia. Beautiful though it may be, but cannot spend all day staring at an aetheryte. Come. Let us move along. The markets are next. I gotta say, already, this city is very impressive in architecture. It's a nice little change of scenery from Ishgard, and as much as I love Ishgard and its aesthetic and the buildings, I'm looking forward to hanging around here more often. We've arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kogane Dori. Kugane, as you're doubtless unaware, is the ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes or kogane are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. The Taro's starting to scare me. Hancock of the East Aldenar Trading Company. You are with clients today. Why, if it isn't Master Chiton. Keaton or Chiton? Pray allow me to introduce you my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind of generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I'm Chiton of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Gil are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. I'm pretty sure I butchered a whole bunch of the labels and names in that one. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you'll find them all and more. I thought that said Sweaty Hunter. I was like, alright, good for you. We may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Ijingai, district in which Ijin or foreigners are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. You see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. Oh god. The Sekisegumi Sekisei Gumi. The Sekisei Gumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I've seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they're executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay hands on a Hingan aristocrat in front of the Sekisei Gumi. Samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Ugh. I don't want to even think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another. Or you with yourselves in the manner of the late Telegia the Legi. That's funny, right? Yeah, that's a hoot. That was hilarious, yeah. No, I get it. Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. I love everyone's like, oh my god, he just said something. I didn't realize. I didn't realize Tataru was in the background there. He's covered by someone else. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you've seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Yeah, true. There's oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters in the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district. Took me a second. But you're doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Here you mean? No. No, here. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I'll refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadin Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha.
I like how they've been doing more illustrative explanations of where you are on the world map.
Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy.
The Confederacy?
Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory.
Right.
Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Cool lesson.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I'm told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugani, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Take off your glasses first. I want to make sure this dude has eyes. Though I'm reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lodorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means we're able. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us. I do not intend to disappoint them. Wait, what is this? A present? What's that mean? It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. but if we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed. Tataru would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. That's a yes. Okay. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. LSA and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. Isn't he somewhat of an art? Yeah, he actually knows how to draw, doesn't he? Wow, your Stola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Taiha. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. God, I used to have somewhat of an Australian accent for Lise, like a few streams ago, and now it's completely gone for me. Gotta find that voice again. Wow, Alphino's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... well, see for yourself. You may view Alphino's sketch at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Oh, really? Looks more like they... looks more them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Yeah, true. Ah, sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Karaku at the onsen? That was it. I know what you just said, but we're going to Bokairo Inn. Come one, come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. What? There's not that the mystical waters of the Bokaisen hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? It's a sketch. Chill out. You seek this Aura and this Rogadin, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please, we've come all this way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion. We have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisukumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Korokaze, was it? I do dig her getup, like her fashion sense. It's pretty... I don't know if I'd go as far as say totally unique, but it is nice how much detail they put into her clothing. Right. Oh, don't you... I'm not even gonna touch that. 1-star hunts? Can't even seem to finish the hunts from Heavensward right now, so that'll have to wait. Yeah, there she is. Wait, her hairstyle reminds me of a... I'm no good with fighting game character names, but I think it's Street Fighter? One of the latest Street Fighters where there's a character with a hairstyle just like that. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality. Delivered but the other day. Why does it go down here when I... No, wait. No. No. There we go. It was weird. It's transitioning to like an empty spot down under those bags. Ah, an Auri shinobi and a Rogadin samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. Oh, if I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. That's right, because they call foreigners Ijin. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea. The doomed rebellion, after 2.5 decades of quiet. Uh-huh. I see. And you're familiar with the ways of Hingashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Different and callous, some may call us. But pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical. And so Kugani is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? Uh-huh. If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The 2 individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I'll provide you with the names of the captains if you'd like. Just so happened to be in her back pocket. You've been a great help, Mistress Kotokaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. Man, the light really showcased how pretty her eyes are. Like, I remember being able to see it barely at some point in Realm Reborn. But it was barely a glimpse. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest. And we'll meet here when we've finished. Alright? Good luck. I'm already lost. Kogane. I better be on these boxes. There we go. Don't tell me I can't go over a fence. Yes, a Rogadin gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away, like all the others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. Oh well. I have seen videos of when boats are made and, you know, they're released for the first time. Send them down these rails and out to sea. It actually looks like a... When you see it, it looks like kind of a bit of a ride at a theme park or something, but... If you asked me if I've seen this Ori woman and this Rogadin samurai... This woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel slowly between here and Ratsatan. It would be an unreasonable detour. Okay. Fair enough, but... Oh, there he is. Meticulous merchant. Oh, wow. Without the fog, you can really see it all, eh? It's amazing. Passengers? No. We no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Ha! If it is woman you seek, my pleasure houses have plenty. Well, I stand corrected then, because I thought that they would be splitting up asking people for passage, but it seems like no one saw Yugiri at all. It was just... I forgot his name. Hasuke? Hastuke? The big guy. The row. Basically the male row in the game. That guy. How did it... Oh. Never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Oh, I get my own wall mount thing for my room. That's neat. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There was someone on my list that I forgot to visit. Gyodo. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. Pretty sure I just went through like 3 different accents in one sentence there. Oh well. Alright, so he's up above who we need to talk to. You're Gyodo? Do you talk? I hope you talk. He's not liking him. Oh no. Oh, what kind of voice can I even give you?
Why do you stare? You have business with me?
That can't be right. Actually, no, it would be more watery the way that sounds. Like he's trying to talk through water in his mouth, but I'm not gonna do that. For me to do that accurately, I would need like constant drinking of water over my PC equipment. I'm not gonna do that. By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Ijin. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyodo, right? My name is Lise, and this is Teha. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, it would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. The journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. You sure you can afford to pay? I mean, I have a lot of money on me. I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataru will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? That's a pretty huge assumption. We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our... I love how my character's face just went, "You what?" Yes, yes, but hurry. Your ship mustn't depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at the sunset in the Hasogari Bridge, but do not forget your fare. Bring many gil, yes? What are you gonna do, eat it? May as well serve it in a bowl, put some milk in it. It's about time our luck changed. Alphino and the others will be thrilled. Alright. Speak to Alphino and the Ruby Beazer. Let's get into them Beazers. Meet up with Alphino. As soon as I find out where the hell, may as well just take this big one. You're gonna leave, if the game's gonna leave me out. Wait, I wasn't talking to you. If the game's gonna leave me out and be like, go here, I'm gonna get lost, so I'm not okay with that. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu, and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Ulthar. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yugiri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyodo claims to have aided both Gosetsu and Yugiri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I call it. How can you agree to this price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it is not what troubles me most. Gyodo and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, and are eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Gyodo claims to have met both of them in Yugiri. I suppose it's possible that Gosetsu made inquiries by himself, and only called upon Yugiri once he had found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you're being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about him, but Gyodo's working for the Empire. Who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Yugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up the end of his bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. That look. So, if it's a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences, I like the way you think. Very well. We should prepare for the worst. Totaru remained here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs, even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you. The Sekisekumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Uh-huh. Don't worry, I'm just gonna nod blindly as I do the opposite of what you say. To review, Lise, Teha and I will meet with Gyoda as planned. I can only apologize, Lise. Don't worry. Just pretend I didn't say that. Alphino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyoda attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekisugumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Gyoda does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge. Alright, everybody out! So let's see. Okay. Gotta be level 63, or it sinks to level 63 rather. So I guess the highest you can be without it being synced, I guess, is 63.
He's late.
Do you have a voice, dude?
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes. This way, quickly now.
That's almost exactly the voice I put out last stream. As crappy as it was, I was like, but like, you know, I was just screwing around. That sounds actually pretty accurate to what I was doing. Sweet. I don't know if I'll have the energy to put that voice out, but that's funny. By the boat dock. Alright, what's the plan then? What are we meant to be doing?
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
Is this a trap?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
Uh-huh. Figures.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, just business.
Uh-huh.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Yeet. Yeet.
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
I mean, against the soldiers? How about we fight them first, yeah? Yeah. I was like, you know, can we fight now? Okay. I didn't realize Alphino was right next to me.
Of all the bloody places.
Who said that? Of all the bloody places. Seems a weird way to express your last words, I guess. Alright. Use smoke bombs to evade the patrols. Be warned that attacking Sekisegumi will result in failure. I forget, is Sekisegumi the fish that we just kicked? Or is that someone else? I've already completely forgotten the name of that thing. We only got 7 left. I don't know where we're meant to even be going. Come with me. I will guide you to your friends. Wait, okay. Curious Kojin. Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that we saw guarding the people in like some market somewhere. I remember. Ah. Thank the 12 you made it. Feared our Kojin friend might not find you in time. Everything is gonna be alright, trust me. We literally just met, but alright. I trust you as much as I trust that guy with the sunglasses before. So we'll see.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Kojin. We seek 4 foreigners. 1, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
He's still unconscious.
4 foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me! They cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think.
Okay, he pronounced it Sekisei Gumi. So it's like an added flavor to like the second syllable, I think is what you call it. Sekisei Gumi. Gumi.
You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
I'll try to remember it. I don't know. That is interesting how he pronounced it, though. I love how it went through a close-up of some of the characters, including the jittering fish laying on the ground. I just found that funny.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Seki Segumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Why can't we have him as like a playable option when you create a character? He looks cool.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern, and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
And everything else is obviously not for us, so... Right then, Kyoto should be coming around soon. I think it's time we had a little chat, don't you? More cutscenes. Tataru. Poke him out a little bit. Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep and I'll give you another ride on my boot.
No! No more boots! All my secrets are yours for the asking!
Tell us what you know about Yugiri and Gosetsu, every last detail. And if I find out later you lied to me...
No more lies! The clear, unvarnished truth! You have my word! Only the samurai did I meet! Yes, only him! He asked for after a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans!
You mean you led him into a trap, as you did us, because you're an Imperial spy?
No, I'm no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So the Garleans offered a bounty for any domens found in Kugane.
Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy. The common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You need half a brain to be a spy. So what happened to the samurai?
Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly, no. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Sekisegumi came. They took a samurai away.
Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me the Ijin they arrested the other day was Gosetsu? Oh, had I but known. If he's in the custody of the Sekisugumi, I need only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the right official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ul'dah, so it is in Kugane, but given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. We'll make a pragmatist of you yet, Master Alphino. You are free to wait here while I speak with the relevant official, but if you would rather wait for Gosetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. Wouldn't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so mayhap it would be best if Lise, Teha, and I joined you. Alright. What about Gyodo? I will keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after we return to Gosetsu. He will doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fellow. Soroban, mayhap it would be prudent to prepare your ship for immediate departure. As you wish. Everything's in order? Then let's be off. Sekisugumi barracks are to the north. Alright, let's go. I must ask that you wait here. Maybe you're sure that this will not take long. Alright. Is it really going to be that simple as he says, do you think? More waiting. Wait. You said it wouldn't take long, right? Because this feels a little bit long to me. Calm down, Lise. Everything's gonna be alright. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. From what I've gleaned of the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we leave them to it. Right, Teha? Don't ask me, I don't freaking know. I just deal in market board and selling crap that I don't need in my inventory. That's all I do. Right. Everything's fine. Probably. I mean, I couldn't be as bad as the last time we stood around waiting for something to happen.
How about you?
Oh, that's Gosetsu, alright.
Was that?
Love to hear his voice.
That was Gosetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
No time for nodders, let's go. Like, what are you waiting for?
Victory to the samurai!
Wait a minute. Is this a tournament?
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Gosetsu!
Oh, this is a surprise. What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
No, I want to hear it too. Don't just fade to black, don't you dare.
So, in summary, You started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisagumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
"10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Ah. And we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
Yeah, sorry about that. And Gosetsu, as usual, is just laughing it off, saying, "Ah, you fools." Or a more hearty laugh, like, "I'm hungry." I'll never forget the first time we saw him, I think it was, in Vesper Bay, coming to port, getting out into the dock, and saying some monologue before he completely passed out in hunger. That was a funny scene.